Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, and for today I will be giving you another update of our succulents. And as of now, these are the only remaining succulents in our plant rack. So these are the newly potted succulents, and those that are stable were actually moved outside or near our windowsill area. So these are some of them. As you can see, our Echeveria elegans is already outside. So last week I actually moved some of our stable succulents outside, primarily because I want them to receive enough sunlight. That's the reason why we only have a few left inside our balcony area. So some of our succulents are still here in our windowsill area, but they are just receiving about 2 to 3 hours of sunlight every day, as compared if they will be outside, they can receive about 5 to 6 hours of full direct sunlight every day. Unfortunately, upon checking on them this morning, this is what I saw. Our succulents outside got sunburned, and it's not just a mild sunburn, they got severe damage on their leaves. So obviously it didn't happen overnight. I actually noticed some changes on their leaves about 2 days after I moved them outside, but since I was very busy, I didn't have time to check on them again or like move them inside our balcony area. And so after that sunburnt incident that happened to my succulents, I realized that it's also not a good idea to move or to put a plant rack there outside, because obviously during the summer season our succulents will definitely get sunburnt as well. But of course, it's a case-to-case basis. Not all succulents can actually get sunburn if they are exposed to direct sunlight. So one of the biggest problem that I did was actually not to acclimate my succulent to the sun. So it's like one day I just wanted to move them outside, and so I just moved them outside literally without acclimating them. So usually if you wanted to acclimate our succulents or expose them to direct sunlight, the very first thing that you should do is to place your succulent in direct sunlight for 30 minutes or an hour every day for the next 2 to 3 weeks, something that I did not do. It's like in my case, I just literally move them outside and leave them there the whole day. And so after a week, as a result, our succulents got sunburned. So it's actually another mistake that we did. So right now, let's try to check the marks on our succulent. So if you see white marks like in the sedum burrito, it means that our succulent got a light sunburn. But if they got brown marks on their leaves, it means that the sunburn is severe. So as you can see, my agavoides there and other succulents outside got a severe sunburn. And so the solution for this one is actually very simple and very obvious. So if our succulent got a whitish stage of the burn, or in other words, just light sunburn, there is still time for us to undo the damage. All we need to do is just move them in a shady spot for about 3 to 7 days, then gradually expose them to the sunlight exposure. And if our succulents got brown marks, the damage is already severe, but we should not throw the plants away because the damage will have to be grown out eventually. So all we need to do is, again, we can move them to a shady area, let them recover, and eventually new leaves will grow. So the next thing that I have to do later on is to move our succulents inside our balcony area, because I think they cannot really tolerate the full direct sunlight exposure as of now. So if you're wondering, the temperature here in China, it's actually less than 30 degrees centigrade, and it's not really the peak of the summer season yet. By the time July or August comes, it will be hotter. It's gonna be more than 30 degrees Celsius outside, and I'm not really sure if our succulents can actually tolerate that kind of temperature. So this is one of the lessons that I've learned while living in China, while living in a country that has 4 seasons. It's totally different, unlike in the Philippines, wherein we just like focus on the dry season and the wet season, but now we've got 4 seasons to consider. And so I think this whole year I'm just trying to experiment on things and learn new things on how I can actually grow succulents on this kind of environment. So I think that's all for our quick update today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may also visit our Facebook page at Desert Succulent PH.